but permanently for life. Since there's been no noticeable evolution to the human body in living memory, we can assume the right food for our body is still nature's food, the same food that kept us slim and healthy for centuries. But we were coerced and forced to change that food. It's time to reveal the story behind the lies and show the deceit that enabled a ruthless industry to coerce us and force us to abandon a natural intuitive eating system that allowed our body to balance and control our weight while keeping us slim and healthy for life. Stop for a moment and think what this loss has meant to us now and into the future. We lost a life without food cravings, binge eating, dieting, weight loss pills, and potions. It was also a life without obesity, diabetes type 2, and several diet-related cancers. At 77 years of age, I experienced life before the food industry. I still live that same life even now. I lived a slim, healthy life before the food industry. I know how it was to eat only nature's food, and I observed and experienced the awful events that heralded the arrival of processed foods. They brought with them coercive tactics and dire warnings, creating a worldwide scare campaign that made most people give in and give up. I quickly decided I would not be giving up on natural foods. In time, I noticed that neighbors and friends who ate processed foods were getting fat, while those like me who, despite opposition, stuck by natural foods. I took that to be a good enough reason to stand my ground and maintain my lifestyle. But as time passed, people like me were diminishing. Decades later, when I finally retired, my only thought was to become a writer. I looked back on my life for things to write about, and I knew immediately where I would begin. But first, I had to learn to write like a professional. English is not my native language, but I practiced by writing articles. I even wrote a couple of small books till I was finally satisfied and could begin to write the story I had been itching to write for so long. I've called the story The 3 World Events That Made Us Fat. It'll reveal an amazing story you have never heard before, and it'll save you and your children from a life of obesity. The information will be launched by webinar very soon. I hope you'll be there. To be sure you get an invitation, just download the free ebook.